To our next conversation, adversity often tests the spirit of a people, a truth felt deeply during the anxious days following the abduction of 38 worshippers from Christ Apostolic Church, CAC, Eruku in Ekiti, local government area of Kwara State. After regaining their freedom, Governor Abdulrazaq received the freed victims at the Government House in Ilorin alongside government officials and security chiefs. Governor Abdulrazaq thanked President Bola Tinubu for the decisive intervention that secured their release. He also commended security agencies for ensuring that the captives returned unharmed. As the victims undergo medical evaluation, they described their time in captivity as terrifying and unimaginable. Now let's share the story by TVC News' Ibrahim Alege with you.
It was last Tuesday when bandits stormed the Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku, a border community between Kwara and Kogi states. The attack left 3 persons dead and 38 others abducted. For 6 days, the victims remained in the kidnappers' hideout until their release on Sunday.
Somebody should help them now.
After regaining freedom, they were immediately moved to the Government House Clinic in Ilorin for urgent medical care. Governor Abdulrazaq, who visited the victims, commended President Bola Tinubu for the swift support that led to their rescue. He, however, stressed that it is not yet a moment for celebration until other abductees in Kebbi and Niger states are also rescued.
We thank President Bola Tinubu for his hands-on approach to bringing them back home. As you can see, he did not go to the G20 just to pay attention to this, and we can't say much until they're debriefed, and the security agencies, we thank them a lot. The director of DSS was directly in the field, leading from the front. Thank the National Security Advisor. All the agencies coordinated properly in having this done. You can see that within a short period they were out. Now, it's not time to celebrate yet because we still have the issues of Kebbi and Niger.
One of the freed abductees, Bamidele Emmanuel, recounts their ordeal in the hands of the bandits.
It was unimaginable because when we got there, we really know that it was a dominated area by these evil people called bandits. Even they have the courage to tell themselves that we are bandits. And they make us know that there's no one that can just slip away without being caught. And with what we see, nobody can escape. From that place they have dominated. They've knew all the routes surrounding all those bushes within Kwara and other states.
They are so glad to see our people back live. And we appreciate the governor of the state. We appreciate everybody for this great job. One of the authorities on the way coming, we thank God of Christ Apostolic Church.
They are expected to be reunited with their families after they are stabilized. Ibrahim Alege, TVC News, Ilorin.
We'll return for more conversation on this right after this break.
Okay. Before I go into that, let me quickly add that to what we were talking about earlier, the
okay, the
numerous
VIP withdrawal.
Policemen guiding VIPs. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now, in many of these foreign countries, VIPs hire private security firms to provide security for them. I believe we should begin to encourage that in Nigeria. That will even boost the private security subsector in our country, because you see a lot of these security firms, they need support, they need partnership with government. So if VIPs begin to hire those security people from those security outfits, private security outfits, of course things will improve. Even in the war against Iraq, private military contractors were hired.
Yes.
The people that we call mercenaries in our country here, they don't call them mercenaries. They call them private military contractors. They were used in Iraq. In fact, they were the ones providing security in the green zone, which was a very dangerous part of the Iraqi capital. So we need to encourage private individuals to hire these people so that we can even boost that security subsector instead of relying on policemen, relying on civil defense, even relying on the military to provide security for private people, for individuals.
Okay.
You know? Otherwise, we'll still come back and talk about this problem because I don't think that even the civil defense, I don't think they are ready to slot into that role. They will need a lot of recruitment over the years, in the intervening years, so that they can fill that role. That's that. Coming to what happened in Eruku, you know, which lies close to the border with Kogi State. This is where this whole problem has been happening. We don't know the circumstances in which these guys were released. I won't use the word rescued. Released, we don't know the circumstances, but we can at least guess what happened. We may not want to talk about that here so as not to demoralize some people, but this happens nearly all the time. What people want to see is for their people to be brought back home safely. They usually don't care about how that was done. We've seen it happen in the Northwest, where school children will be kidnapped. After some time, you see those children released, and they will sew new clothes for them, and they will bring them before TV cameras so that people can see that, yes, government has successfully rescued them. In this case, we don't know what happened. And I do not want to hazard a guess, because when bandits overran the Confluence University of Science and Technology in Kogi State, many of us thought that ransom was paid. But in actual fact, no ransom was paid. No ransom, and I repeat, no ransom was paid. And those guys who carried out that attack, after killing a few of those students, they saw that hunters, soldiers were closing in on them. They had no choice, they had to release those people, and their leaders fled. But I understand that the man who led that operation, at the time when he led that operation, he had his international passport, which takes him straight to go and meet Almighty God. That passport that enables him to go and meet God was in his pocket. What the security operatives merely did was to activate that journey, to facilitate the journey, make it a smooth passage
and quicker
for him to go and meet his maker. That was effectively done, and we've had peace in that part of Kogi State since he was dispatched to go and meet his maker, you know, with his passport in his pocket. So this is the thing. Those people have been released. People are happy. Nobody is talking about how the release was effected. But what needs to be done is to identify the areas where these guys are localized along the border between Kogi and Kwara State, those mining communities that these guys have literally taken over. They are stealing solid minerals from us, and they are still kidnapping our people. It's absolute nonsense. You are stealing solid minerals as if you are a government unto yourself, and you are still kidnapping our people. So they don't deserve to live amongst us. What is the job of the Air Force?
Exactly.
If the Air Force cannot send these people to go and meet their makers. That is what we should invest. Invest in rockets, invest in bombs, so that we can drop those weapons on the heads of these people who will not let us have peace. That is the thing. That is my challenge to the new Air Force chief.
Okay.
Let's spend money. I know that those rockets and bombs, they cost a lot of money. Some of them cost more than 8,000 euros. Let's invest on these rockets, invest on bombs. Let's use helicopter gunships. Let's use bombers. Let's use drones, unmanned area vehicles. Identify where these good-for-nothing people are in those contiguous states, and then drop our weapons on their heads. They don't, that is the best we can give them. That's the best reward for the evil that they are doing across our country.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, they will spread to other parts of Nigeria. People say, oh, insecurity across our country. It is not true. It is not every part of our country. Only a small fraction of our country is bedeviled by insecurity. I went to Akwa Ibom State. To the glory of God, all of the local governments that I visited, we didn't use a single policeman who I was going around. No policeman. Kidnapping rarely happens in Akwa Ibom. Armed robbery rarely happens in Akwa Ibom. So to generalize is what some of us kick against.
Absolutely.
Only a small portion. Look at the Southwest. It's generally the safest part of our country. So to generalize and give the impression that every part of Nigeria is unsafe is what we don't want to hear. And the people promoting that, they know in the heart of their hearts, in the heart of their hearts, in the inner recesses of their heart, they know that they are lying.
Okay.
It's not every part of Nigeria that is unsafe.
All right. Asuko, under Section 14 of the 1999 Constitution, it is the responsibility of the Nigerian state to ensure that such incidents do not reoccur. Now, what should the Nigerian government be doing to make sure that we don't have a reoccurrence, a resurgence of kidnapping and attacks in that area and also in the state?
Well, because of how we have found ourselves, okay, it's going to take step by step. It will be in phases. And one of them is to see how, which the president has done, is to withdraw police
from the VIPs
and see if they can, put a police post there. Even if you put police post, just like one of the, worshippers said,
the victims,
he was saying that there are so much in the forest, so we don't know how much. We cannot even count the numbers. And from what I know, those bandits, they don't go in either ones or twos. They go in their hundreds. So they can ambush you. They do. You can go to a particular place and there are almost 20, they are almost like 60, 70, 100, So it means that at least our intelligence has to be a bit, firmer and better. And also, because if we don't, if it's based on intelligence that we'll be able to identify and know what we can do in that particular community. Like BK was saying, it's very close to Kogi. And so far, so good from what I've been hearing is like they are just around that area where we have, where there's mineral resources, so that they can mine and then begin to, find a way of trying to sell for them
and also
to continue to perpetrate
one thing
this evil.
the governor also said, Governor Abdulrazaq, he credited the president for his hands-on involvement.
Immediately.
But do you think it was a prudent decision that the president had to postpone his trip to South Africa to personally, oversee the situation?
No, I think that was the best decision that the president, did, because I remember when I heard that the president was going for the G20.
Yes. And
then this happened, the Kebbi happened. I was saying, no.
This is the wrong.
No, it's a wrong decision. And before we left the newsroom that day, we got another that he's not going. The VP, will be representing him. That was a fantastic. So right now, he's in the office. Throughout yesterday, the president was in the office, getting briefs from everywhere, and also strategizing on how they can rescue the school children, the one in Niger as well as the one in Kebbi.
Yes.
And he's also looking at not just only Niger and Kebbi, he's also looking at other parts of the country.
Yes.
You know, so it gives him an overview of what is happening. Not that he was not doing that before, but this is becoming peculiar, and he's now looking at it, okay, how am I going to deal with this situation? So that what all these people who are peddling things, falsehood outside Nigeria, they marketing their own country, they will now see a different kind of ways in how to deal with insecurity. Yes. And he's doing it. He has been taking those steps. The DSS are also doing a yeoman's job, prosecuting, arresting, prosecuting all these people, all these criminals that they've arrested in the past, and prosecuting those and sending them, then taking them to court. What we need more is for people to see once they see any movement that is not,
see something, you say something. You have to say something and make sure that you say it to the right person. Because I still feel that there are so many fifth columnists in this country. The people who are in this country, people who are in this country don't want this government to succeed. I'm sorry to say, people might not like it, but that is just it. I totally agree. We need to go on another quick break. When we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away.